Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking After Dark. I'm your host, Chef Chris Kyler, and I want you all to join me for this new cooking series, which pretty much is a show for adults. You know, we had a long week. It's just a time to let your hair down, relax, put the kiddies to bed, open up a bottle of vino, and make the most beautiful, delicious, and sexy food, right? Brought to you by Chef Chris Kyler. So tonight's dish, which is a seafood cioppino. Now, a seafood cioppino is nothing more than a fish stew, but it's so delicious. It's filled with seafood. You have scallops, shrimp, little neck clams, you have mussels, you have some codfish we're going to be using with super fresh vegetables. We have some fresh corn and peppers, shallot with a nice red sauce, which really pairs well with this Shiraz. And of course, you can't have a fish stew without a crusty grilled baguette. So join me tonight as we get started, and salud.
Come on, y'all, you need to pay attention. Pull out your knives and meet me in the kitchen. Yeah, cause class is in session. My food on your taste buds will be a blessing. And hold up, kid, forget about the sweets, cause dessert is a foreplay and I got the treats.
Alright family, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is get your mise en place together. So you may want to pause the video, write down all of the ingredients, and make sure you have everything before we get started. The key to the success of this dish is having super fresh seafood, the freshest ingredients you can possibly get. Okay, so disclaimer, never take the cap off a Prosecco before you're ready to use it. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, scared the crap out of me. Alright. So next we want to start with the scallops. I like to use a U10 scallop. Fresh is always best. Another thing you want to note about scallops is you never want to have wet scallops. You want to take a paper towel and get all of that moisture out so that way you get a nice sear. I'm using some palm oil in a screaming hot pan. This is going to give you the best sear. So just keep that in mind, and we're going to do about 2 minutes on each side. Okay, so next I have some fresh corn. I have a little stovetop grill that I like to use just to give it a char, give it some smokiness to the dish. And so I always like to multitask when cooking, so while my scallops are kind of searing both sides, like I said, about 2 minutes, I like to go ahead and be working on my vegetables. So next we want to start on our shallot. You want to go ahead and mince these. Guys, I'm excited. I have some new merch. Have some finger guards that are available now. If you want to become a pro in the kitchen and your knife skills, go ahead and cop those. They're definitely going to make you feel more comfortable when you chop. Okay, next we want to check our scallops. You should see a beautiful color that we got from the palm oil, and I've really been a fan ever since I went to Ghana and tasted it. It was so delicious. So go ahead and add your shrimp. Going ahead and add our codfish. Good substitute if you don't want to use codfish is mahi. Okay, we want to just kind of really get a good sear on that. Okay, so now that our corn is cut off the cob, we have our shallots minced. Let's go ahead and start working on our piquillo pepper. This little guy I like to call sweet heat. It has a really sweet flavor like a bell pepper, but it also has some nice spice on the back end. So I like to add this to it because I definitely like some spice in this dish. Okay, when you get a chance, go ahead and flip your shrimp, your codfish. So you see that beautiful color? Okay, so finally we have our garlic. This is the last thing we're going to be mincing up. I'm not going to add this in with the vegetables. I'm going to add it in when we add our mussels and little necks. So go ahead and take all of your seafood that we pan seared out, put it to the side. Okay, don't clean the pan. We're just going to add a little bit of olive oil, not palm oil this time. We're gonna go ahead and saute our shallot, corn, and piquillo peppers. Okay. And we're gonna saute this for maybe about 4 or 5 minutes till translucent. Not too long. This smells so good. If Bay is in the house, they are gonna go crazy. And then next we're gonna add our prosecco. You want a dry wine for this, and especially for this dish I like to use a champagne. So that's what we're using, the prosecco. Next, add in your clams and mussels. And here's a pro tip: if you get your clams and your mussels and they are open and you press on them and they don't close, that means they are dead. And it's best to discard those because you don't know how long they've been dead. So you want the freshest seafood. Okay, and so now go ahead and add your garlic to the dish. Okay, now time for our crusty baguette. I like to put some olive oil, salt, pepper. Just go ahead and put this on my grill. I'm gonna do some cross grilling on that. And then once you get a chance, go ahead and stir your little necks and your mussels. Okay, we're gonna get ready to add our tomato sauce. And I like to add some greenery. It was a little hard for me to get some basil. That's my preferred herb. But if you don't have that, some fresh curly parsley will do. And once you do that, we're gonna add some strained tomatoes, which has been pureed, to the dish. Go ahead and add all of your ingredients, your parsley. You're gonna add all of the seafood we pan-seared, and then about a 1/4 cup of clam juice. I'm just gonna really stir this up. Be delicate with it. I always like my clams and mussels to stay in the shell. And you just want to kind of season the taste, right? Season it. I add a little bit of African pepper that I also got from Ghana because I like some heat in this dish. So I added that to that. I'm just going to stir it. We're going to let it simmer for a little bit. Check your bread. You should see nice grill marks. It literally doesn't take that long, guys. It could take about 2 minutes tops to get nice grill marks on your bread. Okay, I always like to cut cross section just to give it a nice, beautiful presentation on the plate. And guys, that is pretty much it. As far as building up the plate, I like to add the mussels and the little necks first as much as possible. Then I like to put the scallops and the large shrimp on the top for presentation. Okay, and then you have that nice, beautiful seafood and red sauce. Oh, this guy's so yummy. You gotta try this. And I just like to go ahead and pour that sauce over the top. This is where you want to really make it soupy, okay? Because you can sop it up with that grilled, crusty baguette. And I mean, this is just so simple to make. It's kind of elegant. It's definitely an aphrodisiac, so it'll definitely suit all of your holiday needs. I hope you all enjoyed this. And tune in next time for Cooking After.